What's up, guys? Matt Moda here with OddsJam with some incredible, exciting news. The OddsJam app is now live. It is a OddsJam app that gives you historical data for player prop trends. It's an incredibly helpful app. It's free to download on Apple, on Android. It works with your iPhone, it works with your iPad. It's an amazingly helpful app that I think is really good. Like I said, it's completely free to download. So download using the link below, completely free. Very exciting stuff. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this app and why it is so valuable. So I have up on my screen here is just the OddsJam positive expected value page, right? I'm scrolling through. Oh, here's a really good play. Jose Abreu over 1.5 player bases. So we know all the math behind this bet. We can use OddsJam to determine all the math behind this bet. Caesars has it at plus 115. The OddsJam line has it at minus 116. The OddsJam line is the sharpest line in the world. Everybody knows that. Market width is 31. The EV percent is 7.75%. Everything looks good from a math perspective. But what if we wanted to do a little bit more handicapping and still stay in the OddsJam family to do so? You don't want to have to worry about Googling, doing your own handicapping. Let's let OddsJam do all the work for you. So what I have up here is screenshots from the app itself. So here is how it works. You type in a player. So right now, since it's an app, I can't pull it up on my desktop. It is live, so you can follow along with me as you're watching this on the app. But it lists a bunch of different props specifically for any type of player prop. So right now, obviously, we're in baseball season, so it's going to have all of the baseball props. Singles, doubles, triples, home runs. It has all the pitcher props as well if you want to check out some pitcher stats. But so we found a player prop that we liked on the OddsJam positive expected value page. Now let's see if that makes sense just from a little bit of a handicapping perspective. Let's see if the player prop that we are betting on is trending over or under the player prop that we are betting on. Let's see how it works just from a trends historical perspective. So this is the screenshot of how it works on the iPhone. Obviously, you can just type in the player up here. So in this case, we were looking at Jose Altuve. I would literally just type in his name. So I start typing in Duran, and all of these stats for Jarren Duran start to pop up. Singles, doubles, triples, home runs, total bases, runs, RBIs. This is just one screenshot, guys. It has every single stat you can imagine. So once I've determined that this is the player that I want to look at, the next screenshot here, it shows all the information provided with this specific stat. So right now we're looking at singles. So let's see, it looks like he's hit a single in 11 of his last 19 games. Now, obviously, you can drill this down to last 25. You can drill this down to last 10, last 5. You could look at home, you can look at away. You can look at team win versus team losses. So if you're looking at a game in which Jarren Duran, his team, is a heavy favorite, maybe you just look at how he performs in team wins. Or maybe they're a huge underdog, you do the exact opposite. You look at how he performs in team losses. You can also look at this versus an over versus an under. So you know what? You're actually taking him to not get a single in this game, to not get a hit. So you're taking the under. Then down here, what it does is it takes those stats, those 11 of 19, and it gives you the implied odds of that percentage. So if we go back to the OddsJam page, we go to the calculators, we see this odds converter calculator. So basically, what the screenshot does, what the app does, is it gives you the stats that you're looking for in whatever time frame, and it gives you the implied odds of how often this player hits that stat. So in this case, he has hit 11 of 19 times, which is about a 58% hit rate. 58% hit rate gives the implied odds of roughly minus 137. So if I typed in minus 137 here, we would see exactly this. He hits it about 57.8% of the time. But, and even better news what the OddsJam app does, is it gives you the best odds you can get on this player prop. So we know that the implied odds of this player hitting a single, just based on his history, is roughly minus 137. But thanks to the line shopping tool that this app has integrated, we can see that we can actually get this for plus 105. So let's pretend that there is the play that we saw on the OddsJam positive EV page was Jarren Duran to go over 0.5 singles. It was Jose Abreu, not the guy I said on the Astros, not Altuve. Anyways, we see a positive expected value play here. We type in his name. we click the prop, and we just see what the implied odds are based on this player. So we know that A, it's positive expected value found on OddsJam. B, he's also trending towards this amount. And it gives you all of this information. So what games he hit, how well he did in those games. So it looks like majority of the time he only has one single, but sometimes he got three. One time he got two. You can see all this information just from the palm of your hand on a free app that OddsJam offers. It's an incredibly helpful tool. One thing that I do want to put out there is that this tool is still a work in progress. This is just version 1. So if there's other stats that you think would be helpful to add, like maybe we want to see how well he does against the specific team he's playing, or against the specific pitcher, or at a specific stadium, anything like that, any feedback you have on the app that can make it better, definitely let us know. I just want to confirm that this is version 1, but it's incredibly helpful. If you want to do some DFS, so let's say you're looking through a DFS lineup, you think you got a really, really good price on Jarren Duran. Well, you can go look at his stats, see how he performs in all of these different categories. So this is the screenshot specifically of the singles. Here it lists every single prop that we have and what the implied odds are, over and under. So it has over 1.5 total bases, under 1.5 total bases, and then it has the odds associated with that. So if you weren't sure what stat you wanted to select, or you just wanted to see everything on one screenshot, you can do that exactly here. So all of these screenshots that I've been providing, these have all been on the iPhone. These are iPhone screenshots. But like I said, it also works on the iPad, which is what these screenshots are. So it looks just as good on an iPad as it does on an iPhone. The screenshots are the exact same. So here's a list of all the players. Again, in this little search bar, you can search for whichever player you want. Right now, because MLB is the only sport going on, that's why MLB shows up here, but it'll work for basketball, it'll work for football, it'll work for hockey. It'll work for all the major sports. So again, here's how everything looks. If you want to just all the different stats that we have, again on the iPad. Here's when you start typing in the actual player, Jarren Duran. All these things pop up for his name, and then you want to look at, again, this is the same exact screenshot, just on the iPad. You want to see how often he's gone over this number, what percent, how well recently. So we know he's performing well 11 of his last 19, but you want to drill in last 5, last 10. You can do that. Home, away. You can do that. So it's just a really helpful tool that can enhance your sports betting experience, your DFS experience. And if you're scrolling through the positive expected value page and you want a little bit extra comfort, go no further than the OddsJam app. Again, it's completely free to download. You can look at it right now. Go download it on your phone. Play around with the app as you are looking at it on my screen on this video. And that's all I got for you. So I'm putting the call out there. Any feedback you have, any improvements that you think would be helpful, let us know. Any feedback you have just in general, what you think of the app, I think would be super helpful. Let us know in the comments. Let us know on Twitter. Let me know on Twitter, Modi_Matt, and all that good stuff. But regardless, please go download the OddsJam app. It's an incredibly helpful tool to add to your sports betting experience, your DFS experience, or you just want to check out your favorite player, see how he's doing. It has all the information at the palm of your hand, which is really helpful. So that's all I got for you. I really appreciate you guys watching, and have a good one.